Hello there everybody and welcome back to SOMA. In the last episode, we were continuing on in Tau and we finished off last time by snooping around in Johann Ross's room, and we're going to continue doing that. The only thing we have left is to listen to his audio logs, and these are pretty important actually because it kind of is a bit of a timeline and it provides some really good stories. So let's go ahead and listen to these, starting with the beginning.
The pattern has stopped evolving. The WoW has managed to find balance. I convinced SSE Volcheck to turn off all external control systems, making the WoW our de facto caretaker. So far, it's exceeding expectations.
So that would have been before the comet hit the Earth, and that was what was ordered by the small team, by Carthage Industries, excuse me. And we saw a similar note in Sarong's room all the way back at Theta, that was kind of their motive, and what their goal was to make WoW a station-wide presence.
Since the comet crashed a few days ago, January 12th, the WoW has dropped to a low energy state. It hasn't abandoned its duties. It's keeping climate and life support going, but it's been simplifying the pattern, redefining its protocol. The WoW has started to grow physically. It's not just the core chamber. All around Pathos 2, structure gel is bursting through the pipes and bleeding through walls. I don't know what WoW could possibly stand to gain from this, but I assume it is intentional.
So again, is the WoW sentient? Or is it just its programming? It just misunderstood its programming to preserve life and it took it too far. Hard to say.
The heart of WoW has claimed such a large part of the core chamber that there can no longer be any question to its heightened awareness. Not only does its expansion suggest an unexpected understanding of space, but also its own physical manifestation within the world. The WoW is reaching out to every machine, every life form, to manipulate, to control. It's trying to help save its creators from all this, just like the protocol demands. But really, what is good enough? Where is the line drawn for what is human and what is not? Would walking corpses do? Would a group of machines thinking they're human be acceptable? We can't trust a machine to know, to understand what it means to be. We have to terminate the WoW project. It can be done. I just need to get some help from Omicron.
So yeah, he's asking the important questions that we've probably all been asking ourselves throughout the entire game. So yeah, this is some good stuff. It's a good bunch of audio logs to listen to. And that's all there is in his room. So we'll just continue on. We'll go around the room clockwise. And this room here, we've got more WoW-infused people, but this is like the worst I've ever seen the WoW take over someone. I mean, they were pretty bad back at Omicron, but that is just horrifying. Like, that looks agonizing. I mean, that person just looks like they're in absolute agony. That's horrible. And then, like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like a horrible, like, cocoon. Oh, that's just, I don't have words for that. It's definitely freaky. It's very, unsettling, I guess, is a really good word for it. It just doesn't sit well, you know? And over here we have somebody who looks like they've actually died of natural causes because they're not being manipulated by the WoW.
Can't we do anything for him?
No, we're out of sedatives. If we had a gun, this would be the time to pull it out.
Did not expect it to end like this. Should have jumped the climber back to Omicron.
Without the Ark?
Forget about the Ark.
No, You don't get to say that. It's the only thing left of value. You know that.
Yeah.
Promise you won't leave it behind.
Well, I'll be dead one day. Then what?
Well, better keep it safe until then. Don't want the wow to take it, swallow it whole.
I'm sorry, Catherine.
It's okay, Ian. Just let it out. Let it all out.
So I'm gonna take an educated guess and say that is Ian Peterson. That would have been one of the ARC team members. So you can obviously tell that they were struggling as to what to do with the ARC. They didn't end up launching it, and it looks like they died before they, or at least one of them died before they were able to make a final decision to actually launch the ARC. Let's have a look in this room here. So yeah, we can't data mine this guy, but if you have closed captionings turned on, you can actually see who this was. This was another member of the ARC team, who obviously didn't make it. And he looks quite emaciated. Very skinny, in very poor condition. Very sad. I wish there was a way to unhook these people. It just seems so incredibly cruel. And then finally we have this corpse over here with a picture of Catherine. Oh no. I hope it's not Catherine. But even if it was, we wouldn't be able to tell because there's no distinguishing features on the corpse. Let's have a listen.
What the fuck did we do?
Hey, try not to think about it.
My whole life, I've been a good man. We messed up, Sarah.
There.
I should have launched. Taken the chance.
There's time. If Ashkin says we could try again, when things calm down.
You gotta do it, you know? You got to.
So there's 3 out of the 5 members of the ARC team right here. Really sad that this guy is the only one attached to the WoW. I mean, as horrible as it is to see like a dead body here, this is so much more distressing to me. I feel like this guy probably had a very long, kind of slow, prolonged death. And that because in order to be taken over by the WoW, I think you have to be in the process of dying or being like injured. So that kind of leads me to believe that Hill, I forget his first name, Jasper, I think? Jasper Hill, this fella here, and Mr. Peterson over in the next bunk, they probably died quickly so that the WoW couldn't reanimate them. There's a tablet here, and this is from one of the members of the ARC team, Jasper Hill. Back at Theta, in that laboratory, we remember that. Everything went well. All the crew scanned and banked in the ARC, loading the shuttle to Omicron, leaving as soon as possible. Omicron. Eames and her crew welcomed us with open arms. Scanned went well, should have most of them. So again, at least we know that most, if not all, the people at Omicron were scanned. Tau. We found 5 surviving members at Tau. They have been stranded here for months without radio contact or proper food. We managed to scan them all, although I suspect their arrival will cause some trouble inside the ARC as they feel abandoned by Omicron. I just hope everyone will be able to forgive each other. Aww. Yeah, you never really think about that, do you? Putting people in an artificial world, would there still be fighting and turmoil? Would they remember those people that they didn't get along with, right? Would they remember their friends or their loved ones? Phi. Shit went down. We couldn't launch. Going back to Tau to figure it out. And that's it. So, rest in peace, ARC members, and obviously everyone else who's in this horrible, horrible situation. This is the bathroom. There's nothing in there. And then finally, we're going to hit the infirmary. Now, make sure that you go into dispatch and you unlock the infirmary door. Because if you don't unlock the infirmary door, you won't be able to get up here.
You're different.
Holy shit, you're different too. You're a human. Like, an actual human. Oh
Can I
my
help you with anything?
god. Oh, wow. Was not expecting that. This was the voice that we heard
Go ahead. Make yourself at home.
when we had tried to contact the infirmary from downstairs. Would have thought it was another robot, but no. It's a human.
Are you human?
Sarah Lindwall, payload technician at your service. A rare sight, am I right?
I'd say so. You're the first normal living human I've seen.
There's not many left down here. Most of them are up on the plateau.
You mean at Omicron?
Yeah.
There's no one alive at Omicron.
You've been there?
I've been all over. The power plant at Upsilon, the ruins of Lambda, the abandoned Delta, Theta.
You've been to Theta?
There's not a lot left of Pathos 2.
And, I'm the only living person you've met? You mean I'm the last living human on the planet?
I'm sorry.
Who are you again?
Simon Jarrett.
Stationed out?
Nowhere. I used to work in a bookshop in Toronto. Long story.
Then what the hell are you doing here?
I'm trying to find the Ark.
Why would you? How do you know about that?
I've heard it's the last hope for mankind.
Damn right it is. Now what do you want with it?
Take it to the gun at Phi. Launch it into space.
That was the plan, all right. I've been guarding it ever since we brought it back to Tau. Just couldn't bring myself to let go. To tell you the truth, I don't have the strength to argue. And I certainly don't have the time to wait for the next sentient thing shuffling through here. Go ahead. Take it.
Thank you. Can I get you anything? Do anything for you?
You could kill me.
Good one.
If I knew you'd come, I would have cleaned this place up a little bit.
It's alright, Sarah. You look like shit. I
I'm
don't
glad
blame
came
you.
by. Good to get this over with.
Wow, okay, so yeah, the Ark has been running and
I
active
can't believe I'm the last one.
for almost a year, 300 days. She's been here, at least she's been here with the Ark, and we don't even know if they were humans around at that point. That is rough. Like, that is just so unbelievably messed up. I guess I'll be taking my Ark and going. Sorry, Sarah.
Please don't leave me like this.
Hold on. I'm just gonna load the Ark first. I'm gonna deal with you in a minute. Load the Ark into the lift and then send it down to the dive room. I need to have a few words with Sarah before we follow it.
You serious about me killing you?
No, I'd love to hang around here until I dry up to the size of a raisin. Simon, this fucking sucks. I don't want to live like this.
Shouldn't we be doing something to keep you alive?
Why?
You're the last human. I just find it disrespectful to our entire history not to fight this. Sure, we have the Ark, but you're the real deal.
Thanks. That's probably the best compliment I've ever got. But the truth is that the Ark is all we have. We'll have to accept second best, you know?
It's completely pointless, Simon. There's no one around to appreciate keeping her alive. It's horrible. You can walk away and leave her plugged in and just leave her here for God knows how long. I don't know why she can't just disconnect her own life support. My theory is that she's just been keeping herself alive to keep an eye on the Ark. I don't know whether she would just disconnect herself now that she knows the Ark is being looked after, but I don't like the possibility of just leaving her here in the off chance that she sometime will die on her own, you know? Besides, I've already killed everyone else I've come across, so what's one more? It's what she wants. She's practically begging you.
It won't be long now. Just
I don't feel as bad.
please just stay.
You know, it's like she's giving you her last will and testament.
What a crazy thing.
I wish I could hold her hand, you know?
Life.
Or give her a hug or something.
At least I won't have to turn 30. Hooray! Wish I could have died at home with my friends. Have you ever been to Greenland? It's very beautiful. Well, at least when you get out of the city. Nanook is busy, and yes, there's like 12 million people trying to get around, but it's a great place. Or rather, it was a great place before the comet ended it all. You know what? I prefer it this way. I liked pathos. Liked my colleagues. Ian, Nick, Jasper, even Catherine. People thought she was weird because she was quiet, but she was cool. Simon, you still there?
I'm here, Sarah.
Don't let him die, okay? Send them out there. To the stars.
There she goes.
Black box is inactive. Probably found a way to switch it off.
It's a mixed feeling. I mean, like Simon said, you basically just destroyed the very last living human being on the planet. The last absolutely pristine living human being on the planet. But this is no way to live. She has no quality of life. She would just be destined to be here alone forever and ever. And I think that that's what Sarah would have wanted. She knows that someone is going to look after the Ark, and she was scanned into the Ark. So we'll be able to meet her again when we launch it, I hope. And I usually wait until she's gone before I explore the room, just so I can look around without any interruptions. She's got a lot of photos around her, which makes me think that she was probably just, you know, thinking of happier times. We can also look at the computer. No sense in doing the intercom because obviously there's nobody to talk to. We've already unlocked all of the doors. We can look at some photos. That looks like a photo of the Omega space gun, so that was probably someone who worked here, who was probably the space gun operator, I'm gonna guess. I have no idea who this is. I'm not sure whether this is an ARC team member or whether it's just someone that lived down here at Tau. It doesn't look like any of the ARC members though, so I'm not too sure. Again, probably just a photo of someone that lived down here at Tau. And then this is a photo of Sarah. She looks very similar to her photo of the ARC team. Recent documents. Let's restore these and have a look at them. Emergency Food by Nadine Masters, the doctor that was at Theta. A thorough look at what common chemicals and compounds found at Pathos 2 could keep you alive in emergency situations. Nutrition. A manual on how to keep unconscious or comatized colleagues fed through an intravenous drip. Last access by Sarah, obviously needed to find out a way to keep herself alive. Alterations. Methods on how to make room for additional payload after the casing has been constructed and left Delta. Last access by Catherine Chen. So that's also the question, is we've found 4 out of the 5 members of the ARC team, so where's Catherine, right? That's the ultimate question. And also, I mean, if you heard the audio logs downstairs after mining the black boxes of her other team members, I mean, she had to sit by and basically hold the hands of her colleagues as they all died. So I feel like I was really doing her a favor, you know? I've never let her live, and I've always spoken to her, but I think, don't quote me on this because I'm not sure, I think you can just disconnect her without ever saying a word and just take the ARC. If you really want to. But come on, why would you do that? I'd want to have a conversation with, like, the last person on Earth, you know? You don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So once you've explored all of Tau, that's all there is. Very, very small little area. We can come on down to the dive room and retrieve the ARC. I'm going to close the door. So we're going to be loading up the ARC and delivering it in the next video. I'm very excited. We're getting very close to the end, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it so far. Hopefully you'll stick with me to the end. I will see you all next time.